Okay, this is the Foundation Level Maths 2018 paper, section A, question 2. So you have, first of all, a rectangular block that is, I've got to do it in, 3 centimetres by 8 centimetres. So first of all, it says find the area of the tile. Okay, so the area of the tile is the length by the height, so that's 8 by 3. So the area of the tile is 24. So your answer is 24 centimetres cubed. Now, you have figure 2. Find the value of L and W and then find the area of the triangle. Well, let's start with L. L is 1, 2, 3 tiles long, and we know that each of these little segments is 8. So it's 8 plus 8 plus 8. Okay? 8 plus 8 plus 8, or another way of doing that is 8 times 3. Okay? So the length is 24. That's what L is. So L is 24 centimetres. Now the width, that's one block plus the end of 2 other blocks. So we know that the length of this is 8, and aside this bit, so we know that that's 3, and we know that that one is another 3. So it's 8, so the width is 8 plus the 3 plus the other 3. So altogether, 8 plus 3 plus 3 gives you 14. So the width is 14 centimetres. Now the last thing you're asked, and see the word hence, that means you're to use the 2 answers that you've already worked out, right? Anytime you see the word hence, it means use what you have. So what we have is the length and the width, and again, the area of this triangle, just like with a rectangle, just like with this rectangle, is the length multiplied by the width, and we know that the length is 24 multiplied by the width is 14, so it is 336. Okay? Now, hence or otherwise, again, look at that. It's telling you to use the answers that you have. Find the area of the white centre with figure 2. So you want this bit. So in order to get this area here, what you want to do is you want to get the whole area and you want to take away the outer rim. So you know that the whole area is this, we just got it, 336. Okay, but you want to take out the outer rim. So to find out what the outer rim is, count how many of these rectangles you have, because you know the area of the rectangle. One of those blocks is 24. So how many do you have? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You've 8 of them. So if you do 24 multiplied by 8, that'll give you the area of that outside bit, and 24 multiplied by 8 gives you 192. So simply subtract them. So 336 minus 192, and your answer is 144, and you're getting area, so always write in what it is. It's centimetres squared. Okay, so sorry, that should be squared, not cubed. Cubed is volume. Okay, so 144 centimetres squared. Now, the last bit, part B over here. Okay, this is part B. Now they give you a whole story here. So you have little Rory. He needs to bring at least 1,000 centimetres cubed of water from a well near his home to his school science class. Rory has this cylindrical container with the measurements shown in the diagram. So from the centre out, so that means the radius, okay, that's the radius, is 5 centimetres, and the height of it, that's the height, is 15 centimetres. Now all you need to do, and it tells you, is it big enough? So you have to figure out if it's big enough, and it tells you justify. Okay, that means do this to work out your answer by getting the volume of the cylinder. So you know that you have to get the volume of the cylinder. So to get the volume of the cylinder, you want the formula for the volume. Now, if you don't know that, where are my tables? You have them here. Hang on, let's see, can I find them? What did I do with them? Tables. See, here they are. Okay. So if you go to this page, okay, let's focus in. Okay, page 10. And at the top it says surface area and volume. And it tells you A represents the area and V represents the volume. And the first one you have there is your cylinder, and tells you that the volume, the V, which is what you're looking for, is pi r squared h. Okay? Focus back in on the board. Right, so our volume that we just looked up is pi r squared h. So we need to put in, now I'm not going to bother putting in a value for pi because your calculator will do that. I want a value for r and a value for h. R stands for the radius, which we know from here is 5. H is the height, which we know from here is 15. Okay? So now I'm going to put these in here instead of r and h. So my volume is pi, leave that as it is, multiplied by, when they're written together like that, there's no plus or minus or divide or anything like that. It always means multiply. So it's pi to be multiplied by 5, and don't forget we have to square that, and also to be multiplied by 15. So your volume is pi to be multiplied by 25 and to be multiplied by 15. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this bit, just the numbers. I'm going to ignore pi for the minute. So 25 multiplied by 15 gives you 375. Is it 375? Okay. Obviously, use your calculator for everything. So 375, so now we know that the volume is 375, and now at this time you can write back in your pi, and you can just write it beside it because that means, you know that means you have to multiply it. So now on your calculator, if you put in 375 multiplied by pi, and you'll find the pi symbol in your calculator, and the answer that you will get is 1178.0972. Now there might be a few more numbers after that, but that's the main thing. So your answer is yes, this will do, because the volume, yes, because the volume is greater, may not be how you spell that, than 1000 cm cubed. That's 1000 cm cubed. Okay, and that is how you do question 2.